Good morning. We want to talk to you today about preventing experiences, protection of oneself, and why it is that a human moves to this way of being, and then what the outcome of that is, you see. We want you to really understand that if you are in your power, and if you are connected to the divine part of yourself, the feeling of needing to protect yourself or look out for things, let's use that term, greatly is diminished, if not removed completely, you see. And why is this? Well, because in the observation of yourself, in the understanding that I am the creator of the experiences that I get, fear is removed, because a human starts to realize that the way that they think is how that they are and feel, let's add that to it, is how they're actually going to experience in their life, you see. But oftentimes when a human gets a reflection or someone in front of them that is not giving them a view of themselves that they're liking, they often will blame the one. Maybe they have a spouse that is cheating on them, an employee that is robbing them, someone that might be disrespecting them, and they will actually look at that person or that mirror of that reflection, and they will think that that person is doing something that is causing them to feel the way that they feel. We know that we've talked about this before, but we don't think we can talk about it enough, because a human often finds themselves moving into this prevention or protection. They start to check up on people. They start to feel the need that they need to watch out. They start to pinch off or close their energy center and deny their own source to themselves, in the idea that they're protecting themselves from an experience that they've had that they don't want any more of, you see. And what they're actually doing is calling more of it to themselves unknowingly, and they will be experiencing it over and over again until that energetic emission or charge gets so great that they can no longer stand the feeling of it and then have to do something about it, you see. So we want you to understand that prevention and protection doesn't really work, but denying the truth of the human doesn't work either. We've had humans ask us, do I need to be careful? Do I need to watch out for getting robbed? Do I have to chain things up or look out for my possessions? And we would tell you, if you feel that way, then the truth of the human is that it believes that way. And if you believe that way, then you will have those experiences coming to you. And so you're not to condemn yourself or judge yourself. Oh, why would you, on a spiritual path and being the good human that you are, knowing what you know up to this point, be doing something so stupid, is probably what you think about yourself, you see. But that's not going to get you anywhere. Condemning the human is only going to increase its hold or desire to have you recognize the creative value that you're holding within you. So it's not going to open up or receive that emotional charge that's held within the energy center just because you're condemning it for it. It wants you to appreciate it. It wants you to recognize that through its experiences in the life it's living, the life it's had, and its lineage, it's drawn conclusions based upon those things. And those things have actually expanded you or grown you in all that is. And so it's done its job. It is worthy. It is a good human, whether you think so or not. And so once again, we're back to the idea that you have to love these things out of yourself. You can't condemn them or make them different. Or the really stupid thing to do would be actually go against yourself or out of alignment. What does alignment mean? Does alignment mean perfection? No. Alignment means that I understand I hold something within me based upon what I'm seeing in my experience in the form of a belief that's bringing things to me. And as long as I hold that, maybe I do need to protect myself or prevent experiences a little bit until I can gain the wisdom and knowledge and understanding that I can actually choose how I feel instead of just going with a feeling that perhaps is producing something more of what I don't like, you see. So this idea of observing the human becomes an invaluable technique for change. This is the beginning of the evolution of your own soul, when you can observe yourself in something without condemning it, without judging it, simply loving the human for giving you the view of what it has experienced that is creating in your experience. And in that way, it will relax. It will release that hold or what it is that is keeping inside of itself, in the recognition that you have recognized it, that you now have an understanding of how you are getting what you are getting, and that you can now choose by that perception, in the knowing that you have expanded, you have created. We know that you want to start creating in joy and in happiness. We would like you to do that too. But all creation is coming from emotion or energetic charges of emotion. And so to condemn yourself from your life experiences or what the human is feeling as it is going through them, that's not going to assist you in the direction that you want to go. The only way that you can get to where you want to get is through surrendering. We say, first you have to ask. Then you have to believe that what you are asking for is available to you. And then you have to follow that belief in the good feeling of it and create a perception that this is creation. This is how I create. An understanding of knowing who you are, what you are, and why you have come. Those are three elements that are very important in the creation of the life that you're living, you see. So when we say alignment, that doesn't mean that you no longer hold any fear or worry or angst. It means that you have observed those things in yourself and are aware of them and love your human for presenting those things to you. And then you imagine what the preference is because of those things. And then you gently move yourself into alignment based upon that, not by trying to force something, not by leaving all your doors open and your car unlocked when the fear is still within you, because you're going to get robbed. But by understanding I create by how I feel, and I must align to how I feel, not in the idea that my feeling is wrong, not in the idea that I shouldn't be feeling that way, in the simple recognition, that's how I feel. And so you have to align to that feeling. Stop judging it as good or bad or as right or wrong. Stop judging it as if I were as spiritual as I'm wanting to be, I wouldn't be afraid. The fact of the matter is, you're afraid. And so you have to align to that. And you have to abide by your intuition while that fear exists within you. But we're telling you right now, as you observe it, as you start to understand that the human is just an experiencer based upon what it has felt, you can allow it to feel as it does. And you can surrender that feeling to the divine and follow the preference. And this is how you will make the shift or turn the tides to creating from joy and happiness. You have to choose it. You have to actually choose it. It's not just going to happen. It's by your choosing. It's by your understanding and your knowing of how you create through feeling. And just because you created in a feeling that didn't feel good in the contrasting plane that you're on, doesn't mean you have to stay in it. You can move to the preference. This is mastery. Here we go, talking about mastery again. But it's what it boils down to. If you want to create in joy and happiness in alignment, and by alignment we mean with the truth within yourself, this is the only way that you can get the life that you want to get. Not by denial, not by condemnation, and not by judgment, because that is not alignment. You are never going to align to anything when you hold a belief within you that is not congruent with that thing. So if there's a little bit of fear in you, you have to accept it. You have to surrender to it. You have to love yourself. You have to know that your life experiences have created that fear, and you have to allow it. And in that allowing, in that acceptance, the human will relax and it will feel the feeling and release it. And now you, in mastery, can follow that feeling to where it has been received by the divine and simply bring yourself to the same level or tone. And then life will naturally flow in the direction that you want it to, very effortlessly, very easily. It's not you creating the experiences. It's you creating emotion that is transmuted in all that is to a high vibration of the preference. We don't think we can be any clearer than that. So you're not going to get there in denial. You're not going to get there in some idea that you have to be perfect. You're not going to get there in denying the fears and angst and worries that are being presented to you by your human who's actually working in perfection with its divine counterpart. It's trying to let you know, hey, you hold these feelings within you. You have these things and all that is that want to come to you. The two are not matching. Let's up the ante of how uncomfortable you feel so that you now recognize that you are holding something within you that is recreating in negativity over and over again, and you cannot get the high vibratory things that have been created when you stay lodged in how they began or how they were created. You probably don't understand how this shift is going to occur, and you don't have to. All you have to understand is that you are an emotive tool. And when you emote, you are sending out charges of energy. And you have a decision to make. Do I want to keep sending out that same charge and feeling the bullwhip on myself? Or do I want to feel and release and move with the energy and jump upon the horse and ride it and be the one swinging that bullwhip? This is the choice you have. This is mastery. Good day.